Hello everybody, Roger here again. I think this time we're going to talk about the power clubs. Basically, your driver, the wood, and the long iron. These are mainly going to be the clubs 2 or 5 and on down. As y'all know, everybody wants the Apocalypse, and like I said, you see it in the shop. Down here at the little shopping cart, you gotta have, I think it's 2 or 10 unlocked, and you have to have 2,450 trophies before it'll show up in the shop. So unless you get lucky and get in the chest, don't worry about it. But what you do want though is the extra mile. Level 4, good power, not very accurate, but that's okay. Got top spin, ball guide, don't worry about that. And you have some curl. This club on average should hit about 320, 330 yards normally. I have seen some people lately on Tour 5 have been using the quarterback on some holes, but it's a hit and miss because you're not sure which holes you're going to get because of the accuracy and curl. If you get it up high enough, because of the accuracy, you can do some damage with it. As even though it doesn't hit as far, with the accuracy, sometimes being shorter on the fairway is a lot better than being long in the rough. The rocket, don't even worry about that. Now the big topper, you may get in a chest early on. Again, 0 accuracy, top spin of 100, and this club right out of the box will hit about 330, 340 yards. On the longer courses, it's good. But with no ball guide, you don't really know where it's going to go. So you have to, you don't really want to overpower it. If you just do a normal shot, and you're fairly consistent on hitting it perfect all the time, it's a good club. It'll do just fine on a lot of on the Tour 3, Tour 4, and Tour 5. So, but extra mile, just keep getting that. If you get that, just keep getting the cards and upgrade it as soon as you can and as much as you can. On to the woods. The Viper is a common card. You can upgrade it quickly. There's really not a whole lot of power compared to some of the other ones. Like compared to the big dog, there's not, the power isn't the same, but it's twice as accurate. It's got more ball guide, so on shootouts, it's a very helpful club on a shootout, knowing where the ball is going to go. On the par 5s, if you have it teamed up with the extra mile or the big topper, you should have no problem reaching in 2. If you're going to go with the quarterback, if you still have the rocket and you match that up with the big dog, you should be okay also. So those there. The Horizon, another epic, a lot of top spin. It's basically let me select this so we can show you over here. It's basically the big dog, without the backspin. It's but with the ball guide, it's not too much of a detriment with the big dog on the shootouts on some of the holes. But again, without the backspin for shootouts, it's very, very difficult. I prefer a minimum of a 30 on the backspin on my club. If you happen to get the hammerhead, in a chest. It's I like it. It's one of my favorite clubs on my main account. I have it in level 3. I'm waiting to get to level 4 when the backspin hits 50, and it's got a 58 topspin and 170 power, and it'll have a 95 accuracy, and I believe over 3 on the ball guide. It's a great club. So if you get that, you can hopefully, if you can get it to level 2 right away, it jumps up to 31 in the backspin and 85 in accuracy and 170 in the power, and it becomes a very good club. It's a very good club that it takes a little bit longer to upgrade, but it's not as expensive as some of the Sniper or the Cataclysm. The Guardian is another club that when you get in the higher tours, it's great with the backspin for the shootouts, but until you get it upgraded far enough, there's no topspin and not a lot of power. So it really, outside of the shootouts, it's it might hurt you on the course itself, where you're going to use it more often. Now, if your opponent is getting on the green in 2 and you're not, he's putting for eagle, you're chipping for eagle, what good is the shootout? You're not going to make it in the shootout anyway. So that's something you need to think about. Some of these higher clubs, like the Sniper and the Guardian, until you get them upgraded, you're better off using the Viper, a higher rated Viper, level 6, level 7, level 5, big dog. They're going to be just as good until you get these leveled up as you play higher tours and get more coins and able to do it. The long irons. Like I said, luckily I have not got the Grim Reaper yet. If you get it, if you have a backbone above a level 2, it's better than the Grim Reaper. Now I have a level 6, and I don't believe the power on the Grim Reaper goes up to 119. It does, I think, max out on the backspin and maybe the curl. But by the time you get to that, you'll have probably a level 8, level 9 backbone, and that's 127, I think, in power. Accuracies up in the 80s, about a 40 topspin. It's around a 67 backspin. I think the total of maybe around a 50 curl. It's got about a 3.6 ball guide. The backbone can carry you all the way through all the levels. A lot of people like the Saturn. It ends up with more backspin than and more topspin than the backbone. The initial power isn't the same. It's not as accurate, but the ball guide ends up being the same. It has more curl. A lot of guys use this on the higher tours. But of course they're matching that up probably with an Apocalypse. Probably the Cataclysm or a level 9 or 10 Sniper. So they really don't use it that often. But they mainly use it for the backspin. So there's that. The 3 higher clubs, the Tour 5, Tour 6, Tour 7, Grizzly, it's not a good club. You notice find one that's, okay, like here at the Goliath, in the upgrade mode, there's the power on the next upgrade will go up, the topspin goes up, the curl goes up. All the way throughout the Grizzly, every time you get an upgrade, it's only one attribute. Might power go up for level 2. Level 3, just the accuracy. When he goes up to level 4, just top spin. Level 5, then just backspin. I don't know what order they actually go in, but only one. So it's expensive to upgrade, and it's really not that good. B-52, a lot of power, a lot of accuracy out of the box, but that's pretty much about it. It takes a while to get some backspin, which is what you want for the shootouts. This is the long iron is a club you use a lot of times for your shootouts, and like I said, that's why the backbone is good. The Goliath 30 on it looks like it gets up in the 60s, I think, for the overall backspin, but it's not very accurate. I think it tops out about 50. So I've seen it with the Saturn, it tops out around 50 accuracy. It's got a lot of backspin, but not much power. So those are that. So do you have any questions on any of the other clubs? I can go through them later. I'm going to play some games later on, and we'll go through the rescue clubs, your rough iron and your sand wedge, next. As always, see you on the course.